This is Melanie from sister writing duo Melanie Shawn, and welcome to the December 13th edition of our Vlogmas videos. And yes, it is Friday the 13th, but this is not going to be an unlucky video. This is going to be a lucky video, because today I'm going to be showing you updated techniques to get affordable audiobooks from Audible and elsewhere. Okay, so starting off, Audible is having a sale right now, and it's going on until December 19th. So if you happen to see this video after December 19th, 2019, and this sale is no longer going on, don't worry about it, because Audible does run these member event sales from time to time, so you can use these same tools anytime they're running a sale. So right now it's one of their every title is on sale, and it's up to 70% off, which is not as amazing as it sounds, although there are some good deals out there to be had, because up to 70% off means any smaller percentage up to and including 70% off. The most common that I've seen is 50% off, but also it's the percentage of the sale that you get is on the list price, which is generally higher than you pay as an Audible member because you automatically get a deal for being a member, but it's generally much higher than you would pay for credit. And because you can replenish your credits every time they run low, I never pay more than a credit cost for a title, because why would you? That makes no sense. So I'm going to be including the links to all of the pages that I'm showing you. So I will include the link to this sales page, but it is also linked prominently with a banner on the front page of Audible when you go there. So one thing that it'll show you is a selection of your wish list items, which are on sale, which should be basically your entire wish list because every title is on sale right now. But then it'll also show you some picks, some recommendations based on your past listening history and purchasing history, series, highly rated listens, trendy listens, things like that. So you can look on their sales page, or what I would recommend is just go straight to your wish list, because if you're like me, someone with more than 4,000 titles on their wish list, you've already kind of done some browsing around Audible, and you've already told yourself what it was that you would like to have. Now, I tend to use the wish list function as really more of a bookmark function, so this is not like books that I'm dying to have. This is books that looked interesting to me for one reason or another at some point when I was browsing the site. But you know, potato, potato, 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. Either way, this is going to be a way for me to see some great deals on some books that I have shown interest in the past. So the way that, for me at any rate, I don't know if you can set this in your settings, but when I click into my wish list, it's generally always automatically sorted by date added. It has my most recent editions first. So you can just scroll down your wish list and see if any good deals pop out to you. Like for instance, this $5.10 for a nearly 10-hour listen. That to me, that strikes me as a really good deal. But if you are going to be making multiple purchases during a sale like this, you're probably going to want to look for the most stellar deals. So another thing that you can do is sort your wish list by price. Now you might have to scroll through several pages at first, because there are going to be books that are no longer available on Audible. There are going to be books that are zeros, that are not actually books, but there's other items on Amazon like short interviews and things that you can get for free. So if you ever put any of those in your wish list, I don't know why I marked those into my wish list rather than just purchasing them and putting them in my account, since they're $0, but I have a fair amount of them on my wish list, so there's a little glimpse into my logic. But at any rate, then you can sort them by how much the price is going to cost you. So then you can start from the bottom and sort of look for ones that seem like exceptionally worthy listens or things that you really, really want relative to what the price is and build your list out that way. The nice thing about your wish list is it will show you if a title is included in Audible Escape, so then you wouldn't have to purchase that one if you're part of the program. You can listen to it. And the other thing that Audible will show you as part of your wish list is if you can get the book at a WhisperSync price that is less than what the credit would cost. So you can see it's showing all of my WhisperSyncs that I can get for $1.99 here, which would be less than a credit and less than the sale price. And if you're unfamiliar with WhisperSync, that means that I own the Kindle edition of all of these books, so I can upgrade to have the audio as well for a lower price than the audio would cost if I didn't own the Kindle edition. And something that I have heard that you can do, I have not tried out this technique yet, but I have heard that it works for people, is because you can also purchase audiobooks on Amazon and they will show up in your Audible library because Amazon owns Audible, so the two platforms are cross compatible with each other. So if you're a Prime member, there are instances where if you order something and you opt not to have it arrive within the 2-day time frame, but to choose slower shipping, you will get $1 credit for a digital purchase. And the word on the street being audiobook groups that I'm in on Facebook, is that you can use those digital credits for WhisperSync upgrades. So if you can tolerate slower shipping on any items that you're purchasing from Amazon anyway, you could actually get some quote unquote free audiobooks that way. You're actually just paying for them with slower shipping than you agreed to when you purchased your Prime account. Okay, now I would not be an author who was doing my due diligence in promoting my own books if I did not draw your attention to the books that Shawna and I do have on Audible. We have a much wider catalog on Amazon, but we have managed to get 4 books up on Audible so far. We want, obviously, to have them all up there eventually. I realize how ironic it is, since I pretty much only read via audiobook, that we have only a few of our books up on Audible, but they are books that we are very proud of. And as you can see by the ratings, people also seem to enjoy them. So I hope if you decide to give them a try, you will as well. They are from our Wishing Well, Texas series, which is a small town series with a southern flair. If you're into that kind of thing, I think that this sale would be a great opportunity to give us a try for a relatively low risk factor, a low barrier to entry, and Shawna and I would love it if you would do that. Okay, moving back on to techniques. Add over. Okay, so one thing that your wish list will not tell you right off the bat is if the book is included in Kindle Unlimited reading. And in fact, it won't even tell you on the details page, but there's a way that you can tell, which is if a book is eligible for WhisperSync, if it's ready for WhisperSync, then it'll have a link to the Kindle edition on the Audible details page. So you can go to that page, you can just open it in a new tab, and you can see if it has the, oh, my pages are loading very slow, probably because I have a lot of tabs open. Okay, so you can see if there is the headphones symbol next to the Kindle Unlimited logo. So that means if you're part of Kindle Unlimited, that you can actually listen to this book as well as read it, and that's included in your Kindle Unlimited membership. So you might say, how can I find out a list of all the books that are included in the Kindle Unlimited listening membership? There is a page. It's a little known page. I think maybe I just feel like I found a special secret, but everybody knows about it. But if you don't know about it, there is a page that will show you all the books that have narration in Kindle Unlimited. There are, I believe, over 5,000. You can limit them by type, like genre, mystery, thriller, science fiction, fantasy. And yeah, so you can just, with your Kindle Unlimited membership, listen to these as well as read them, which is pretty great and pretty cool. And I've listened to quite a few books that way, even though I do have well over 1,500 titles that I have purchased. I still find myself listening with my memberships. And there's also a way that you can see, oh, let's see, that was skipping ahead to Chirp. Here. There's also a way that you can see which books you have that are eligible for WhisperSync upgrades. And I'm including the links to these pages in the description of this video. So it's called Matchmaker. You can actually find it by Googling as well. You can Google Audible Matchmaker and it will come up and it'll load all of your books that are in your Kindle library that are eligible for an Audible WhisperSync upgrade. And I wanted to load this page live in the video because I just really like the way that it acts like it's a machine doing calculations and fills in that little bar. So yeah, then it'll just show you all of your upgrade eligible books and it'll show you how much they are. Used to be that almost all of them were $1.99. Now a lot of them are $7.49. But you can still find quite a few for $1.99 if that is your preferred price point. Okay, the next way that you can find great prices on audiobooks is not part of Audible. It's a completely different company, completely different ecosystem, completely different app that you listen to the books on your phone. It's called Chirp. I have about 50 books, I would say, in this ecosystem. I find the app very easy to use. I find the purchasing process very simple, if anything simpler than Audible, because you don't need to mess around with credits, you just purchase them. So the way that you can find the really, really good deals on Chirp is click deals and then you can filter. There's a couple different ways to, oh, I guess I was already in deals. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to narrow down what you're looking at. You can filter it by genre, or I guess most of these are genres. One of them is also editor's pick or recommended. So you can filter them by category, I guess that would be called. And then you can also filter by price. So 99 cents or less, $2.99 or less. They used to have $1.99 in here. Maybe that option wasn't very popular. Maybe nobody chose it. But then you can also sort by expiring soon or just price low to high. So then say if you wanted to see all of the super good deals on mysteries, so then you could filter, or you could filter by say kids and young adult. So then you can just see, because the lowest price is not necessarily the best deal. The best deal is how much you want the book relative to what the price is. So in this way, you can just start from the lowest price and take a scroll down until it starts getting a little too rich for your blood, and then you can change your parameters. The last place I'm going to talk about is Authors Direct. Now, this is not a specifically discount-oriented marketplace. Again, it's another app that you would have to download to your phone, but it was not difficult to download the app and connect it to my account at all, because I have in fact purchased books from here and it was a very smooth process. So, like I said, this is not a specifically discount-oriented marketplace. This is a place for authors to sell their books directly to consumers. So in many cases, they are less expensive than they would be on other vendor websites because the author is getting the lion's share of the money because they're selling it just as a digital product. They're not getting royalties from it. They're actually getting the entire purchase price, aside from small fees, I would imagine, but the lion's share of the purchase price. So the one thing that I do wish was different about Authors Direct is I wish that it had a browsable marketplace to make discovery easier. It does have a search function. You can search by author or title, but there's no way to just go in and kind of be like, I wonder what I'm in the mood for. Let me see what mysteries they have featured today. But so Penny Reed is the author that I have most frequented her page. I've followed several links here. Another great thing about Authors Direct is that they do allow authors to offer free content, which is great. I mean, free content, who wouldn't want that? I wish there was a place to be able to specifically look for free content without knowing that it was there ahead of time, without knowing that an author had put some up, or without just stumbling on it because you are looking for an author or for a book. What I have done a couple of times is just search for random words like love, and then it'll bring up a lot of books that have love in the title. Things like can kind of, that's 87 pages worth. That's almost like a browsing experience. You can see what authors are active on the website by searching random words. And then you can also search words like maybe detective. Oh, and here's something for free. So you can kind of just see what's available by doing creative searches. But like I said, I do wish that there was a browsable marketplace on Authors Direct. So I hope that today's video has given you some tips on how to fill up your TBR, or I guess if it's an audiobook, it would be TBL, not to be read, but to be listened to, TBLT list. And if you're like me, you will, before you know it, have so many books on your TBLT that you will never be able to get through them in this lifetime, and that will be exactly how you like it. See you tomorrow for the December 14th edition of our Vlogmas videos.